Can y'all hear me? Hello?
Hey, I'm still inviting everybody, but we'll get started here shortly after everyone joins.
Sure. Can you
Cool,
hear
thank
me?
you. We're gonna get started here shortly for those of you who joined. I'm just waiting for everybody to um get join before we get started, I guess.
Okay, sounds good.
Wait, weird question. Where do we find our roles at?
Everything should be included in the module.
Like our specific roles, don't we all have different roles?
Yeah. Well, some of
Okay.
us have the same role, but I think it's
Right.
on the document.
I've been looking forever. Can't even find it.
Okay, everyone. I think everyone has joined. If we want to go ahead and get started.
I'm ready to get started.
Cool.
Yep, we're good.
Okay. So this meeting is recorded. It's expected to take 30 to 40 minutes. If you guys pull up the module, it will have these attached documents. And within these attached documents, it kind of outlines what is expected out of this meeting. From my understanding, there should be under the negotiation worksheet, there should be a list of questions with each different uh, representative. And I guess we're supposed to discuss what, if you go to the role descriptions, we're supposed to discuss what our negotiation is within that, I don't know, within that page, I guess. So if you go to role descriptions and information for individual stakeholder groups, it outlines each different person and representative.
So are we just like going through and saying our proposal?
Pretty much. So I will share my screen if that's okay with all of you. So I have this outlined. For us. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking if
Um,
we start with like if everybody has like an opening statement or anything to go with, then we could just talk about kind of like what we want and then maybe open it up to the floor to.
yeah, I'm cool with that. Um, I really don't know how this meeting was supposed to be structured. I just kind of had an idea that it regarded this part, with each question being asked. Oh, we have one more joining.
Yeah, from what I've heard from other groups who've done it, it sounds like they just said their proposal and that was pretty much it.
So this isn't our proposal, or is this our proposal?
Well, I think that like outlines the proposal and then we just turn it into like a speech and then that was kind of my understanding.
Yeah. So whatever you guys went through with like your other groups, obviously everybody went through and kind of talked about what would benefit that particular member of the meeting. And then hopefully we can align everybody's interests and try to get a good deal out of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, does someone want to go first then? And then I can either take notes or, I mean, I can present a speech on this too. I don't know. I don't really know how to start this meeting.
We can go through with like what group everybody is, what their role is.
Okay. Would you like to start, Caden?
Yeah, so I'm a board member.
I am a environmental activist representative.
I'm the supplier representative.
I'm a labor representative.
I'm a board member as well with Caden.
I'm a customer rep.
I'm also a supplier representative.
Luke, what about you?
I'm a city manager.
Brennan?
I'm a board member.
I am also a board member.
Okay. Who's the iPhone? Did you already answer? Okay. All right. What would you like to go through next, Caden?
As a board member, if any of you guys other board members want to chime in here at all, I understand I have a legal responsibility to protect shareholder interests. I can't have any official role in the negotiations because board doesn't make operational decisions. So I'm here as a citizen of Bedford Falls, longstanding citizen. I'm highly interested in this outcome, and I hope to oversee everyone come to an agreement while still protecting interests of the shareholders. Ultimately, my priority would be to prevent lowering any dividend payouts.
Yeah, to kind of build on top of that, it's our fiduciary duty to uphold interests of the shareholders. With the profit trend kind of declining, we just don't want to see any more dividends be cut or any more losses in stock.
Should we move on to the city member or general manager?
Do we have any general managers?
I can go next too if you guys want labor rep.
We can go labor rep.
Yeah,
All right.
let's go labor representative then.
So I represent all the workers for the company. So what do they expect? They expect retirement benefits equal to those from the previous retirees of the company. There's many wage gaps within the company that are well known, which is fueling employee tensions with management. Employees feel that benefits heavily favor the management. Any major policy changes will require formal approval by the workforce, is what they're looking for. The employees want better job stability and retirement security. Management needs to demonstrate that they are making efforts to improve the working conditions. And if that does not occur, resistance and pushback are likely. Another issue is the offshoring. There needs to be clear strategies to discuss this. It poses risk for lowering wages if mishandled, and they want fair compensation for morale and retention. Also, transparent communication within management and all employees.
Let's go to supplier representative.
So I'm the supplier representative. The company's been working with Gamma for over 20 years, and the goal is basically to cut wages or to cut costs, but also keep the business close, so locally. Um, that's,
Kind of adding on to that, we want to continue business with Gamma and protection against offshoring to the foreign suppliers. We want a mutual benefit with Gamma operations.
yeah, and if the product moves overseas, it can put a lot of businesses out of business here, so we're just looking for a good plan.
Do we
Is there
have a
anybody?
general man? Oh, I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Sarah, please continue.
No worries. Is there anybody that disagrees with like preventing offshoring?
Um, I don't see a reason why not. Well, we shouldn't say that, but I would think it to be okay.
Right on. So you were the environmental activist, right?
Right.
So
So
the environmental activist does want to offshore.
yes. That being said, as an environmental activist, the main goal is to pretty much prevent pollution and be compliant with um, the greenhouse effect, so to speak, or the greening of business is what the stakeholder theory calls it. The idea behind environmental activism is to pretty much um, prevent any pollution or mitigate any um, contamination exposure causing risks to the company. And it can take a toll, not only legally, but within the company itself and its employees. The employees should have a safe work environment so that they can perform their job effectively. And I, in regard to Gamma, there was a incident where there was it was 1 second, I'm trying to find it. Carcinogens in groundwater that was leaking into Gamma, the company, and they were trying to figure out how to prevent that from happening. Um, because if you look at the bottom, holding those responsible for pollution accountable for the damage done helps the fund clean up while also providing disincentive for the future egregious pollution releases. So what that's saying is pretty much after Gamma acquires this hazard zone with the building in itself, they are liable for any all different kinds of pollution that happens at that location. And I believe that it could be potentially costly if they don't take care of it right away.
Okay, cool. So we have a pro offshoring. And then I think, is anybody else pro offshoring in their description at all? Sweet. Maybe hear from a city manager.
Could you repeat that one more time, kid?
Is anybody a city manager?
No.
We don't have any city managers.
Do we have everyone in here?
I believe we did. Yep, we have 10 participants. Interesting. I think.
All right. Sorry, go ahead.
What about our general manager? I don't think I've heard him or she speak. Do we have one of those? No GMs? Okay. Please continue,
Yeah, I'm
David.
cutting out.
So are we missing two different positions here?
I think
Yeah,
we had
I
four
believe so.
different board members, but there should only be two. It should only be groups I and J.
That was you and I, right?
Yeah.
Who else
I
said they
believe
were
so.
board members?
Who are all of the board members?
I'm a board member.
What group are you in, Brennan?
B. Our labor representative. Oh,
And everybody double check real quick what
Um,
position they are. If anybody was F and H, that's the city manager. And then it looks like the general managers should be from company A.
I think it's going in orders. So if it is, it looks like Maxwell should be general manager.
So could that be the person we're missing? I think we are missing one.
Yeah, I think we are missing
And
him.
then I think Luke and Colton would be city managers.
I'm company G, so I'm supposed to be going along.
Yeah, looks like I might be a city manager here.
So what else is required from this assignment? Did we cover everything or?
Um, I don't know if we're supposed to come to like a direct like agreement by the end of it or not. But
You guys hear me?
definitely should hear from a city manager or a general manager before we conclude anything.
I agree.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
I can now, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I am the customer reps, some group G. Do you guys care if I go real quick? I'm in some rocky service areas. I want to get mine out so I don't get docked points.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just kind of read off the list. So, against products,
Sorry,
or
you're
they
freezing out. Could you
also,
repeat that?
okay, hang on. I represent the customers who buy Gamma's products. They value customers want the company to keep a product without delays or prices. They also the company keeps its good reputation. If customers aren't happy, they might stop buying from us. They could switch to cheaper or more trusted brands. Agree with workers, um, local leaders, and suppliers. Keep
All right, I got some of that. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That was the customer rep, right?
Yeah.
And then, so we still need city manager and general manager.
Yep. I didn't think we had a general manager. No one said anything. So
Yeah.
if we
Yeah.
have a city manager, I'd like him to speak.
Wait, so am I just answering these questions from the chart, right?
I believe
Yeah, for the
so.
most part.
Okay. So let's see. Um, I represent the local government as the city manager. I act on behalf of the city council and mayor. My role is to protect the community's economic health. I hope to get a fair agreement out of this, and I want to meet my key priorities, such as keeping jobs in the community, protecting tax revenue, and maintaining good relationships with the company. What might I do if I don't get it? I would reduce operations or leave or push back or delay decisions and potentially cut local spending or seek legal or political solutions. Um, the interests agree with my stakeholders group with keeping jobs in this community. We both want to keep operating efficiently to keep the skilled workforce, and we want residents employed to maintain economic health, tax revenue, and community well-being. And where we diverge would be tax payments. They want to reduce tax and fees, save money, but our interest is that we need the taxes and fees to fund public services, and that's about it.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So that kind of sounded like another anti-offshoring one.
Thank you, kid. I think I think that answers everything. Would you disagree?
I
No, I
think
don't.
so.
Yeah.
Is
I
everyone
wish we
okay to
could have.
conclude this meeting?
Yeah. Sorry, I wish we could have read off the rest of mine, guys. My connection service sucks. I don't think it's gonna work.
If you would like to go again, please feel free to.
Okay, I'm gonna start like halfway down the line. I think that's about where I cut off, and then just go from there. So, what might they do if they don't get it? If customers aren't happy, they might stop from us. They could switch to cheaper or more trusted brands. Customers agree with workers, local leaders, and suppliers who want to keep the plant running and quality high. They all want the company to do well and stay in the community. Some groups want changes that could raise prices or slow down production that would hurt customers who just want affordable, reliable products. That's what I have written down.
Gotcha. Do you guys know if we're supposed to come to like a final conclusion about any sort of these decisions?
I think it kind of just says to discuss stakeholders, their interests. I don't think it says that we need to come to an actual final conclusion or anything.
I think everyone
No,
kind
I
of
think it's
agrees on
exactly
everything
what you
I've said
just said.
anyways.
We hit our main interests, and if we had any questions or if there's any underlying like gray areas to work it out. But I feel like all of us, or for the most part, had an understanding of what our rules were and um, what the case was all about.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. I'm satisfied with the meeting as long as everyone else is.
I am.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I will submit this as soon as I can.
Thank you. I
Well, thank you.
appreciate that.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yep, no problem. Have a good one.
Bye. You
too.
too. Bye.